Yes, yes. Conversations of the Heart, Season 2, Episode 15. We're talking fitness and nutrition with Ashley Johnson. She is a dope fitness trainer, a coach. We're going to get this thing going. Nick, what's up? And Ashley is here. Actually, she is here. So let me just... to the chat.
Hi. What's up?
Ashley, what's going on with you?
Not much. How are
Man,
you?
pretty good, man. It's been a while.
I know.
Since you and I have spoken. So I appreciate it.
Yes.
I appreciate you doing this.
Yes.
So for people who don't know, you are a fitness trainer,
Correct.
Ashley Johnson. So just tell people a little bit about yourself, where they can find you, and then we'll get right into it.
Yeah, so a little bit about me. So I started this journey, I guess this fitness journey, oh God. It'd be about like maybe 7 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I moved here for another job, like a corporate job or whatever. But I started I joined Crunch and I started like working out a lot. And I just like, I kind of fell in love with it. Well, not kind
Mm-hmm.
of, but I fell in love with it. And so I just kind of, it took me a really long time to figure out like this is actually what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't until like maybe like 4 years ago when I started bodybuilding is when like I actually like really fell in love with the process and like wanted to do this as a career.
Mm-hmm.
And I was at a job where I hated it. It was a corporate job, and so I wanted to switch over to fitness. So I knew a lot of people in the fitness arena because I was at the gym all the time. Like,
Mm-hmm.
if I wasn't at home or at my corporate job, I would be at the gym. So I got to know like, all the fitness trainers at the gym I was going to. And that's like where I started developing, the love for it. And started to like really wanted to do this as a career and help other people like reach their goals. So yeah, that's a
Mm-hmm.
little bit about like, how I found fitness.
Mm-hmm. So give people where they can find you as far as like
Oh
how
yes.
they can see you, they fitness, and yeah, go ahead.
So like so I'm developing my website right now. But I'm
Mm-hmm.
on LinkedIn. Right now I'm on LinkedIn. I am on let's see, Instagram, Facebook. You can find me there. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. So whenever you get your website up, I told you, I'm
Yeah.
gonna put you on my site, and people can definitely find you there. The one thing that as long as I've known you, and it's crazy because I have known you for it
Very
seems
long
like
time. Yeah.
quite a long time, right? But as long as I've known you, your personality has always been amazing. It's always been
Oh,
dope.
thank
You've always been a ball of fire, a ball of fun,
you.
right?
Yes.
So when I see that, and then I see you take it to fitness,
Yeah.
right? And there's many people, of course you take, serious thing, but you actually like you have real fun,
Yes.
like when you work out
Yep.
and when you train, even when you, and it's funny because you actually post sometimes that you don't eat sometimes the right way. Like you might have a cheat donut or you got your ice cream,
I
like
eat donuts every
you are,
week.
and you have an amazing time with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it makes it look fun, right? So why go that route? You know what I'm saying? Because there are certain people who's very just like you can't do this, you can't do
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, like for me, that's all about. So my style is like I'm all about like lifestyle. So like I feel like this is going to be something that you can like. It's for the long run. So I don't want
Hmm.
people to think like, oh, I can't have this, I can't have that. Oh, these workouts are boring. Like, you know what I mean? Like it should never be like, for this fitness journey should never be like boring or static or like something that like you can't have or you feel like you're missing out on. Like it should never be that. And
Right.
I come from the bodybuilding world where like it was very strict. So I went from one extreme to the next.
Yeah.
So it's just like now I'm trying to find that balance. Like other people to find that balance as well. So that's why like I wanted to start coaching, because I feel like, and I guess we'll get into this too about like nutrition and the diet culture and everything like that. Like it's making us worse off than we are. So I want like my my clients, and I always coach my clients like to you can have those stuff. It's all about balance. Like, it's just about finding that right balance in your life. And that's with anything too, with work, and that's what I believe. And so like, I think fitness should be fun. I think it should be something that you actually enjoy, something that you actually, stress, that like helps you with stress relief, like all of that stuff. And I know we'll talk about like mental health too, and we'll get more into that, but like, I just believe in balance for everything.
Man, so the balance thing, to me, I think that you're right. I think balance is key.
Yeah.
But I think I gotta be honest. When it comes to food, sometimes there's an imbalance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I like good food. And especially over this whole pandemic and this whole thing that we've experienced, a lot of people have, they say COVID-20, right? The COVID pounds, things like that.
Yes.
I won't tell you a lie. So pre-pandemic, I was meal prepping. Like I was on my stuff, right?
Yes.
The pandemic hit.
And it just went out the window, right? Yes.
Well, that's one thing that happened. But but then like my Uber accounts went through the roof. I had the Grubhub app.
Yeah.
I got another app, Seamless. Man, I got the Chipotle app, the Domino, like
all that.
Yo,
all
it was disgusting.
Yeah.
Like I didn't even I was like, when did I become this person? Right? You know what I'm saying? And so now we've come, and that's probably, and that's my truth, and that could be some other people's truth out there too.
Yes. People.
And now you've created different habits now, right? And it's about a year and change.
Yeah.
And now all the gyms were closed.
Yep.
All the equipment workout was all bought up, sold out.
Sold out, everything. Yep.
Everything. So now you haven't been working out for a year and a half.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. And we live in New York.
Right.
So it wasn't like I have friends in California. They was out there working out all year round.
Yes.
They was in the mountains, like doing all types of stuff. I was like, man, like it's different. They was on rooftops. Yeah, living on rooftops, working out all year round. And I was like, man, like that's a different life. Yep. So we in New York.
Yep.
So the winter is over. I mean, for some people, maybe somebody like you, still works out outside in 10-degree weather.
Yep.
It's not for me.
Nope,
right?
Not me either.
But now it is here. Spring was here. Now we're in the summer, and then it was the masks. We have to wear masks.
Yep.
Right. In the gym. Stuff like that.
Yes.
Right. I tried, that, and it wasn't for me either. Like running on the treadmill with a mask on made me feel like I was going to die, right? Or maybe that's just because I'm just got too overweight, right? I don't know. One of the two.
Right.
So what do you tell people? Because I see you do home workouts and you got the gym that that you train in and stuff like that.
Yep.
So, like, what's the advantages to working out kind of at home versus in the gym, and then at gym versus the home? Now it's like people sometimes don't know what to do.
Yeah, so I mean, because I have a lot of online clients that work out at home. So it's really all about like progressive overload. So that's what that's what it's called. Like, so it's like you changing up the reps, the sets over time. So it's like, you can start out basic with like just squats, whatever else you want to do, but then you kind of have to build up for that, especially if like you don't have any equipment. Some of my online clients get the equipment that they need, or like we work something out where like they can get equipment or whatever, so like they can have something like or resistance bands, something that can help with like progressing each week, so that they're able to kind of see those changes since they don't have that gym aspect. So like that's what I do with my online clients, and there's been a lot of them that have like seen changes and drop weight, lost body fat. So it's all about just trying to figure out what they can what they have available and like how you can kind of progress that each week so that they are seeing changes gradually each week, and as they keep, and of course your body's going to get adjusted to the workout, so you know, you have to switch it up, make it a little bit more challenging with like the exercise selection, and then, you know, with the rep sets and weight and all that stuff. So that's how you kind of get it a little bit more challenging for like the home workouts.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's pin that right there. So let's just say I'm somebody who, you know, say, hey, listen, I want to come work out with you, right?
Yep.
Like how can somebody come book you, you know,
So
and find out about your services?
yeah, so I actually I mean, they can DM me right now. So I actually work out at I work at a CrossFit gym in Brooklyn. So I do train in-person training clients there. And then, you know, I do also online training. So I transitioned to that, of course, during the pandemic because all the gyms were closed. So
Yep.
yeah, you had to get very creative in these times. So, and I think like this is where fitness is going for the future is, you know, all these apps, online training, things like that. So yeah, so I do both. So I do in-person still in Brooklyn, and then I do online training. So then I can train, and I love online training because I can reach more people. So like I had a client in Wisconsin.
Wow.
Yeah, so like I love that aspect that I'm able to help more people, you know, around the world.
Wow.
Yeah.
So everybody to me should definitely go DM her right now. Try to figure your life out. If you're trying to figure your life out, please DM her right now. So, man, because a lot of us, especially for me, I feel like I'm in a fitness rut.
Yeah.
Like pre-pandemic, I was in mixed martial arts. I was boxing. I was just in
Everything. Yes.
that zone. Like,
Yes.
and I was happy. Like, it was just amazing. And I was eating right and doing the things I really needed to do for myself, right? And then I find myself now where I have equipment. Look, I'll be totally transparent with you and honest with you. I have equipment. I do. I got these adjustable weights.
Yes.
I have a bench. I have resistance bands.
Yep.
And it's dust on them right now. It's dust, right? And it's kind of shameful. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
But at the same time, but it's true. Like I feel like a fitness rut.
Yeah.
And it's hard to start, right? Like it's hard for me to get back into starting all over again. I'm good in other aspects of my life where it's like I'm on it, I'm moving, whether it be in business and certain things. I'm like, I'm on it. This fitness thing, it's like to jumpstart all over again. Like, what would you tell somebody like myself, somebody or a client that says, "Man, I'm just in the fitness rut. Like, how do I get started again?"
Yeah.
Like, I know that sounds like a dumb question.
No, I mean,
but
it's a good question because a lot of people are in your position. I mean, even I was in the position because I was tired. At one point, I was tired of the home workouts. Like, I was like, I just need the gym. Like, I don't want to sit here and work out at home. So, like, I get it. So, and a lot of my online clients have been in that same, like, have that same issue. So, you know, I try to tell them, like, to get out of a fitness rut. Is to kind of make a plan of like what you're trying to do, where you're trying to go, like what your goals are. And then kind of just make a plan for that. Like, and I know we're going to talk about like, you know, staying consistent, things like that. And like, that's a nice way to like stay on top of things. Is to kind of make a plan for like what your goals are, what you're trying to achieve. Are you trying to lose weight? Are you trying to gain weight? So it's like kind of make a plan so like you can get back into like refocus mode and like that motivation mode. And then I would say get an accountability partner, like somebody that's going to help you to, you know, get out of bed at maybe 7 a.m. to go run or like, you know, lift weights or something or whatever the case may be. I think that's going to be key in order to like kind of get out of that fitness rut. And like I feel like I was in the same position too, and like once like the gym kind of started opening back up, like it's like I kind of lost my way, and I was like, I don't know like what I'm doing now, like what am I, because I always feel like I'm training for something, even if it's not like you know, for the past couple of years, I've just been training just to maintain and things like that. And then in my bodybuilding days, I was training to compete. And then like this past year, before the pandemic hit, I was training to be in a powerlifting competition, and I had signed up for one, but you know, pandemic hit, and that was a wrap. So yeah, so I kind of lost my way, and it's just like now I'm like kind of getting back into the groove of it. Like just now, like the pandemic has been a year, and like now I'm getting back into it, but like now I kind of had to refocus like where I'm going and what I'm doing, and like I kind of lost my way, like because I do want to do a powerlifting competition. So now I'm like starting to get it back. And it's helped because I actually my own self, I hired a trainer to help me with the powerlifting competition. So it's like a good accountability. So I would say either, you know, if you can hire a personal trainer, hire or have an accountability partner to help you like get that motivation back.
And that's an amazing thing. It's just because I was just having this conversation with my brother over the weekend, and I think he was telling me that his wife, her sisters, they're all in this group or something that like it's an app where I guess it's competitive, where like you get points, you know, to see how much you work out.
Like I think Beachbody or whatever. Yeah.
Something like that. Yes. And he was like, man, like you don't know how much it's real competitive, like but that's the accountability part that you're talking about.
Yep.
And when I say rut, when we talk about the mental health piece a little bit, I feel like it's almost like finances in debt, right? It's like you go like you're in $100 debt to, you know, then now sometimes people's like $10,000 and you're like, yo, how am I going to get out of this debt? So what do you do?
Right.
So then you say, you know what? It's just you don't seem like you can ever get to that point where you can get out of it. I don't see how I could lose. I gotta lose 50. I gotta lose 60. Right. Man, but you know, I felt like I've gained too much weight. You know, it doesn't seem like that's achievable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because now you start to feel now self-conscious about yourself, and now maybe where you were to where you are now, it's like, man, this and also it's gonna take forever.
Right.
Like, because we do live in a very, very quick generation where it's like, you know what?
Yep.
I need to drop this weight now because now I got a vacation in like 2 weeks or 3 weeks or a month, and it's like I gotta drop at least 30, and then but that's not setting those realistic goals. So you try these crash diets. There's so many different diets out there, and I don't even know how you could even choose. And there's so many different meal prep things out there.
Yep.
So you start trying anything and everything to see what'll get you the quickest, I think, of results, right?
Yep.
But sometimes the quickest results, sometimes those aren't the ones that create healthy lifestyles, right?
Nope, not at all. None of them.
because I found that when you do those crash diets, like now it's like you don't eat Doritos, right? For me, that's my vice sometimes. It's Doritos.
Right.
I remember one time I went cold turkey. I'm done. I swear it off. You got to go.
Yeah.
It's over. Yo, the first time I had a bite of that Dorito, like of one chip.
Yeah. You were like
finished me. The bag.
that was it.
The bag was gone. I'm talking about the party bag. The big bag was gone. I was in it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why did I do that? And it's because crash dieting, things like that. So now when you taste that again, it's like this, and then you end up gaining all the weight back, right? That you kind of set out to lose.
And
it's a rat race. It feels like a rat race, and then now you're back being depressed again because
you're back to square one.
Right. So, and having accountability partners, having a plan, and honestly, I do believe honestly in probably hiring a trainer, to get you started. Now, some people, you know, lifestyles they may not can or can't afford, you know, that's totally two different things, but definitely finding an accountability partner. So, and the nutrition part of it too, right? So with all the meal prep stuff that's out there, all the programs, like what do you suggest, you know, as far as that nutrition piece goes? Because that's a big thing,
a big factor, and a lot of stuff, and it's I feel like it's the most challenging for a lot of people. So yeah, I think so for me, like I said in the beginning of this, like I am a believer of just having balance in your life. And that's with nutrition as well. So like I don't ever put my clients on restrictive diet. Like I don't ever tell somebody like you can't have that, you can't have this, because I don't believe that. And I feel like it's exactly what you said, those crash diets, like yes, you will get results, but eventually you'll gain it all back because one, they don't teach you how to, you know, eat for the long term. They're just telling you like for the here and now, like this is what you got to do to lose this weight. And then like there's no like system where like you are eating for like the long term, or like, you know, having these or like how to eat or what to eat. Like they don't really teach you that, just like here, have this, this, and this, but like it's not really customized to you and your goals and like what where you're trying to go. So with me and my clients, like I customize it to them. So it's for like where the goal. So I figure out what their goals are. If they want to lose weight, if they want to gain weight, and then I figure out, you know, what foods they like. You know, if nobody's going to stick to a diet plan if they don't like the foods. Like that's just 100% true. You know what I mean? If they say,
Nope.
oh, you got to eat broccoli, you hate broccoli, you're not going to eat it. It's just as simple as that.
That's a whole fact.
So I figure out what they like to eat and what they enjoy. And then I incorporate that in their meal plan. And then on the flip side, like, you know, I always tell my clients, like, you can have a glass of wine, you can have this, like but you need to do it in moderation, you know, and that's what I'm talking about, finding that balance. So, you know, a client of mine was drinking, you know, through the pandemic, was drinking like every night. So I was like, you know, can you kind of scale that back? And he has, and like, he's been keeping.
Don't talk about me like that. Don't talk about me like that. Hold on now.
Listen, I did
Jesus.
it too, okay? I did it too, all right? Especially during the pandemic, there was nothing else to do, like, but eat and drink and be merry. So, yeah, so it's like now it's like you have to just figure out like what your goals are and where you're trying to achieve. And then kind of figure out like what food you like, what food you don't like, and then incorporate that into your meal plan. And then, you know, and then just kind of go from there. It's like, it's building. So my thing is, it's building small habits each day and daily habits and changing those habits each day. Because like you said in the beginning of this, people take out everything. Like they strip everything. They can't have Doritos, they can't have this, they can't have that. And it's like, you're never going to be able to stick to that because of the fact that you're restricting yourself from something that you enjoy. So of course you're not going to stick to the plan long term. And that's how people start yo-yo dieting and start, you know, and you know, and it's like a vicious cycle. It's a vicious cycle. So it's like you can have those things, but like, you know, of course it's in moderation. And it's about finding that balance of like, you know, how much to eat, what to eat, and then like kind of fitting those meals, those things that you enjoy into your meal plan. So yeah.
Man, so you know, when you were bodybuilding, I would imagine that your diet was a lot different than what it is now. You know, I knew a couple people who went in that lane, and man, like what I saw was it looked borderline unhealthy.
Yes.
They looked amazing.
I would not recommend that diet plan to anybody unless you wanted to get on stage. It is not sustainable. It's not healthy. That's just solely to get on stage. That's it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because like you know, like my friends and you guys looked amazing. Like you know, while you were up there, but I saw sometimes up close like some of the things that they would go through, and it blew my mind. So what made you actually want to do that though?
So my sister did it actually. So I saw her do it first. And like I saw her like go through the whole process, and I was like, oh God, I'm never doing this. I love food too much. And I saw like what she was eating. I was like, oh no, this is not for me. But then eventually I kind of like, I don't know, something like switched in me, and she kind of like motivated me to do one. So I was like, all right, fine. Like, I'm just going to do it. Like, let's see what happens. So yeah, I started that whole process. And actually when I competed for the first time, it wasn't that bad. Like, it wasn't that bad at all. I mean, towards the end, of course, it was harder because everything got a lot more strict. And it was like the food was just boring and redundant, and it just was the same food over and over again that you had to eat. And then like the couple days before the show, you had to like dehydrate yourself, like so the muscles can like really pop on stage. So like you were thirsty, you were hungry, like it was, yeah, it's a lot.
Wait. Yeah, so you have to dehydrate yourself so the muscles can pop more on the stage.
Yes. So like,
So you
because
couldn't have
you don't
no
want any
water.
water weight. You don't want any water weight to show on stage. Yeah, 'cause
Oh.
then your muscles aren't gonna pop on stage, and that's what the goal is. So yeah, I had to take like water pills, everything. It was intense. Yes.
Wow.
But yeah, so it was a great experience the first time around. And then that first time I went pro, and I did a pro show the next year. And that was the more tougher one because it was just a different focus and like different mindset. So it was a lot more difficult to get into that mind frame. Not so much the mind frame, but like it was, the second time was just very hard because of the focus. So because it was that level of a pro show, I like it. Oh God, it was so challenging. That's why it was the last show I did. I was like, I don't know if I can do this again. It's just, it's a lot on your body. It's a lot mentally, mentally, physically. And it's a whole process. Like you got to be like in that like mental mindset of just keep going. Like, it was tough, but I'm glad I did it though. I'm glad I did it. It changed me.
It's kind of like, right. It's kind of like when people do marathons, like, you know,
it is. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, different, but kind of just the same. You know, I couldn't imagine running like, man, like the New York City, you know, that's a lot.
Yeah.
You know, my knees feel like
I am not a runner.
I don't even know.
Nope. You will never catch me doing a marathon. No, thank you.
Like my knees ache just thinking about it.
Yes.
So you transition from that, and then you now you trainer, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So now there's CrossFit. Now CrossFit is huge, and like CrossFit is a huge thing now. So what would be the difference between, you know, somebody wanting to do CrossFit versus somebody, you know, who wants to do maybe mixed martial arts, or somebody who wants to do just regular like heavy lifting, like a Gold's Gym or something like that, right?
Yeah.
You know, why would somebody want to do CrossFit versus, let's say, a Gold's Gym or a regular Planet Fitness or something like that?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I really couldn't answer that. Me personally, like it just it has to do with like what people are interested in. Like if they want to do CrossFit is a lot of like different movements, and it's a lot of like high intensity during the like workouts and things like that. So it's like it's all about like what somebody wants to accomplish. If they do want to lift heavy weights, then by all means like do that. So I feel like it's like kind of personal preference. Like if that's what like, you enjoy, then I do it. If you like mixed martial arts, like I just started taking jujitsu a month ago. So
I saw that. Yeah.
So
it's a different thing.
My sole reason for doing jujitsu is because like I want to learn how to like defend myself. So like if anybody was to like attack me or something like that, like I would know what to do in that situation. So it's like, you know, so it's all about finding like what you enjoy and what you love to do. And just to kind of stick with that. You know, I kind of was all over the place at one point in my fitness journey, like maybe a year or two ago before the pandemic hit. And I was doing like CrossFit, and I was doing another workout that I do in the city called Tone House. Like I was all over the place.
I remember seeing that Tone House. Yeah,
so
that was I seen that.
I was doing a lot. And then I decided to like kind of slow myself down and just kind of pick something and like stick with it. So you know, I still do a little bit of everything, but like I've calmed down a lot since then. So now I concentrate, like I'm just doing kind of lifting heavy right now. That's my thing. So
okay. And you lift heavy at doing CrossFit?
Yeah. Like the CrossFit gym I go to, we have like a number of different classes that we provide. We have boot camp. I teach boot camp there. We have personal training. We have CrossFit classes. You know, we have a number of powerlifting classes, Olympic lifting classes. Yeah, we offer a lot of different classes. So they have powerlifting there, so I go there to train for that. So yes.
Wow. So it seems like CrossFit has like a little bit of, I won't say everything, but kind of
I
has
mean,
a little bit of a lot of
well,
things.
we're trying to like attend to the masses. So like if you like CrossFit, you can do CrossFit. If you like boot camp, you can do boot camp. If you like this, so like we're trying to kind of cater to everybody. A lot of CrossFit gyms don't do that. It's all just like CrossFit across the board. So like we're trying to like create like a atmosphere where people can come and like do what they enjoy. If you like powerlifting, you can do that. If you like this, so like trying to have a mix of everything. So yeah, but like we're trying to separate ourselves from the other CrossFit gyms.
Seems like you're doing it, man.
Yes.
Congratulations to you on that. So we talked about the pandemic. There's a lot of things that's been going on, within these last couple of years, and people have lost their jobs, people have lost loved ones, really going through tough times in their lives right now, and they grieve daily. They go through stuff. So how has the gym, or how does just working out improve, let's just say, like your mental health and your emotional wellness and things like that? Like, how has that affected like you?
Oh man, like I said, like when I was doing home workouts, like it wasn't cutting it. I mean, and some people can do that, that's fine. But like that's just like something like that wasn't, I need to be in the gym. But like once like the gym started opening up back up, like oh my god, it was like a game changer. Like it helped me to like it's a good stress reliever. Like I can't even like at the end of the day, like after like I have clients, things like that, like it's just a time where I can kind of wind down from and do something for myself. And I feel like, especially in this industry and being a coach and trainer, like you need that. And like I said, all about balance. So it's like, you always cater and you give to the clients, things like that. So it's such a good like relief and like stress reliever to like be able to, just kind of lift weights and just take it out on the barbell or take it out on whatever. And, so yeah, I think it's key to like mental health. And I think there was like an article or something I read about exercise and mental health and how like it helped people out of depression. So I feel like it's something that's so important, especially in this time frame, like with the pandemic and everything going on. Like it's just so important to like be healthy and like work out and just have that like mental, just have that mental capacity to just like kind of zone out for like an hour maybe, or like have just time to yourself to like really just be in the zone and like not think about whatever else like is going on in the world right now. So I think it's definitely so helpful, especially for me. Yes.
Yeah. You're so right, because I remember when I was doing mixed martial arts and kickboxing and stuff, like, man, like when I tell you that you could just go and hit pads,
it doesn't it feel great?
It feel incredible. It feel different.
It feels great. Yes.
But it's funny. It gives me that feeling of that release, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So it's interesting because with the whole pandemic, I went out. The one thing I did find is a bicycle.
Okay. Yes.
It didn't quite feel the same. I swear to God, like I was out there riding, and first of all, I was like hoping I wasn't gonna kill myself on this bike, because it was, at that point, it was a long time since I even got on the bike. Like the seat hurt. Like it feels different. It didn't feel the same when I was like 12. So it just hit different. So I feel like sometimes you got to find something, a workout that is fun for you, that you thoroughly enjoy.
Yep.
Now, will I do the bike? Yeah, especially if I can get with some friends and do the bike, or just find somewhere nice. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
To ride, but just riding around the neighborhood looking at houses sometimes, it's just not. It just don't feel the same, right?
Yeah.
Man, so when it comes to actual specific workouts, right? It's hard. Like, I'm gonna tell you what happened to me. So last year, I said, you know what, I'm gonna start running. I'm gonna start walking a lot more. Just getting out there. I had the bike, was doing all types of stuff. Yep. I wanted to get in my groove.
Yep.
Before I got to the hard, like the crazy hard stuff, right? So as fate would have it, one day I went for a walk, right? And maybe you could tell me what I did wrong here,
Okay.
because this might could help somebody else.
Yeah.
I went for a walk. It was a 30-minute walk.
Okay.
Came back home, took a shower, came back. I did a little stretch. You know, I did the knee to chest stretch.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I brought the knee here, put it out. Put it out, pop. 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 I tried to get up,
Couldn't get up.
fell back down.
Oh, boy.
Knee gone. They said that I tore tendons. They said I tore tendons.
In your
I went to the doctor.
Where? But
Yes.
where though? In your hamstring?
No, they said I tore what did they say? I have to get an MRI, and they said I tore some tendons in my quad. Excuse me. So because the very next day I called a friend of mine, nurse. I said, "Hey, listen, this what happened to me. Like, what do you think?" And she goes, "Well, put some ice on it. If it swells, you got to go to the doctor." I was like, "All right." As fate would have it, it swelled up like this. Went to the doctor. They told me what I had. They was like, "All right, well, you're gonna have to go to physical therapy." Blah blah blah. And I said to myself, "This is some old I'm not old. I'm not old, but this is all like
yeah.
I can't even say I did it on the basketball court. I was doing something prolific. I was out there shooting them out the gym. I went for a walk.
Right. Yeah.
What did I do wrong?
I mean, like sometimes it's just like a freak accident. Like it's like nothing like maybe specific. Maybe you have like, you know, maybe like another weak muscle or something, or an inbounds or something like that could have like triggered it or something, or like popped it or whatever. But like, you know what I mean?
I tore my soul up.
Yeah. So it could be a number of things like that could have like. But like I'm gonna tell you this. Last week I was having some knee issues and my knee swelled up on Friday, so I had to like ice it. I had to like put a knee sleeve on it, so like to get the swelling to go down. So like, but like I was saying to somebody, I was like, yo, this didn't happen when I was 20 years old. Like this didn't happen in my 20s. Like as soon as I hit 30 and like went up, like everything just started like breaking down. So like I haven't done anything to like irritate. I just feel like it was an overuse. So like maybe I feel like I was doing too much. Because
exactly.
Yeah, so I feel like I squatted and then, you know, teaching class and demoing and stuff like that. Like it was a lot on my knee.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
But that's the difference between you and I. That's the difference. You have a story. I was powerlifting, I was lifting, I was CrossFitting, I was training. And my story is I went for a walk and I came home.
Maybe
that's my story.
Listen, maybe you did you trip? Did you fall? Like
nothing. I walked around the neighborhood. Beautiful day in the neighborhood. I walked around.
Yes.
I came home, and that was it.
Yeah.
I couldn't even put pressure on my knee. I couldn't even put pressure on it. I couldn't even hardly walk on it.
Yeah, like I said, it could be just like a freak accident. You just twisted it wrong, or you did something wrong, or like you stretched it like in a wrong position or something like that, and like it just popped.
That's embarrassing. And I'm out here telling my business like this.
But like, it could be something else too. Like it could have been like you just have like it was in your quad, right? So maybe you have like, you know, a weak weak hamstring, or a weak like something that's going on, or weak hip or things like that. Like so it could be like those imbalances that you have too that like caused it. But yeah, it could be a number of things. But like I can't tell you specifically like
that hurt my ego. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm sitting out here disgusted with myself. But the good thing though is going to physical therapy. I learned a lot.
Yeah.
Like I learned a lot about like body and movements and the stretch, and also the stretches that you should do. And that's something that I really want to get to is stretching. The one thing I used to do a lot was yoga.
Okay.
And I would stretch a lot and do all those things. And I found that when I did that before, like my workouts were never bad as far as recovery.
Yeah.
Right. So how long do you think somebody should stretch before a workout? Because that's a thing. Like, oh, you should only stretch for a certain amount of time and make sure you stretch after. Like what's the science with that?
It depends. But I mean, for me, like, and I tell other people this too, is like like, especially, it depends on like what you're doing specifically. But I would spend like a good like 30 minutes like stretching, like literally like a good 30 minutes stretching, because and sometimes I don't even do that, and it's horrible. That's terrible for me, and I need to do better. But yeah, I would say spend, especially depending on if like you're running, like if you're doing very like a hard or intense workout, like lifting heavy, things like that, like I would say like you need to stretch a good 30 minutes, like maybe 15 minutes at the least. So I would say 15-30 minutes to get a good stretch in for your workout.
And after, so like, should you stretch after too? Like, what's that like?
You can stretch after too, and like I always use like the foam roll to help like loosen up the tense muscles, so that helps as well. Yeah, so I would like foam roll, stretch after your workout, so you're not that sore the next day, especially if like you're still getting used to the workout and you haven't worked out in a little while. That helps for recovery purposes as well.
I got a foam roller too.
Yes.
I gotta get the dust off of it.
Yeah.
Use that. Yeah, it's so embarrassing. Yeah, I have yoga blocks. I got it all. So before and after. So for me, I'm a night owl. So and I admire, people like yourself, like who get up early, like, and they get it in like sometimes 6 in the morning, 5 in the morning, 4, 5, 6 o'clock. And, I don't know how y'all do it. Like me, I can honestly work out at midnight, 1, 2 in the morning. Yeah. Like I could do that. Like that's fine for me. But some people say that that's not the best thing to do. I don't really know. But it's the best time is in the morning, like right before work, before you get up, before your routine, like to really get your day started. Like what's your opinion? Like, does it really matter when you actually work out, or does it just matter that you just work out?
I mean, I don't know. They always say like, oh, the morning time's better because then you can burn calories throughout the day. But I think it's whatever works for your schedule. Like if the morning time works for your schedule, then work, or whatever is going to keep you consistent. Like, you know what I mean? If they say work out in the morning, but you're not a morning person, then you're not going to stick to the plan. So I just say like, in order to be able to stick to the plan, like you need to, work out when one, you have time and it's, in your schedule. And then the second is like, what's your preference? Like if you're a morning person, then yes, by all means work out in the morning. But if you're a night person, then work out at night. Like as long as you like are active and you're working out and you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, like you're fine. Yeah. I don't really believe in like, oh, you have to work out in the morning, blah blah. Like no.
I think also people say that because normally when people get home from work, it's either one, they want to eat dinner and just relax and just decompress.
Right, I get that.
Or, or they have, a family and the kids got to do homework or whatever the case is and they don't have the time. So they try to fit it in the morning, but then it's like it's busy then too because the kids got to go to school. You got this, you got that. Right. So I think that the key thing is finding the time.
Yeah, yep.
Finding at some point some type of time to fit it into your schedule, right? So for somebody like me, could I wake up at 5 in the morning? Absolutely. Of course I could.
Right, yes.
But the hell people would face at work probably wouldn't be working because I'm a different guy. Like if I get up at 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, I'm a different guy. Right, by the time I get to work, it's not gonna be good.
Right.
But after work though, I can absolutely, get it in.
Yeah.
To fit that into my schedule just like I used to.
Yeah.
So I think the good thing is finding what I'm taking from all of this is really finding out what works for you, creating a plan, finding out what works for you, having the goals, accountability partners, figuring out if you can work out at home, or if you feel, because some people still don't feel comfortable going to the gym, and that's their prerogative. Finding some workout equipment that you could use, for progressive, right?
Yes. You can use bands, you can use, it doesn't have to be like dumbbells or anything like that. If you do have it, that's great, but like you can use resistance bands to make the workout, change it up, to switch it up. So you can have like some resistance to your, to your home workouts. And they're
The
cheap.
wild thing about the bands,
Yeah,
they are very cheap.
They're cheap,
and a lot of them come with all of the equipment now. They'll like throw them in there, like free resistance bands here or there. And the one thing that like where I first got introduced to the bands, it wasn't even at a gym. It was at a chiropractor. Like when I had to get like just certain things done and certain therapy done on my back, like they would give me resistance bands, and I was like, "What?" I said, "What are you about to do? Work out?" And they were like, well, "No, what we're gonna do is fix your broken posture." And I was like, "All right, that was just disrespectful, but I understand. Yes, okay." And like I can tell, like it really helped a lot with my posture. It helped just with a lot with just stretching out my back, like it really. And I was like, man, like these were. They do a lot.
Yeah, you can use those too. It's not just for working out. You can use those for like mobility work, for like helping you stretch, all that. So yeah, they're good for that too. You can use them for multiple things.
Yeah, and like you brought up mobility, right? I think the craziest thing is somebody told me about when it comes to working out. Like yes, lifting and all of those things are good, but as you get older. The biggest thing is it's the mobility part of it, right? To making sure that like that you can still a little bit flexible, right? That you can still put your leg behind here, you know what I mean, and stretch, right? Do all of those things. That's going to keep you kind of, I guess, limber and active, right? Man, so when it comes to along with the nutrition and the meals and things like that. What about juicing? Do you juice?
No, I don't juice. I mean, some of my friends do. Like that's on them. But yeah, I don't do that. I don't juice. Nah. I don't know. I don't like the whole just like the juicing aspect of it. It's just no. I like food. I like actual food. Like I get the benefits of it, but yeah, it's just
that's a whole fact.
Yeah, it's just not for me. But yeah.
I used to try to juice a lot, and I used to be hungry afterwards, and I used to be like, man, I just want to eat. I want to eat something. Right. But then I started to do the I guess the supplement shake, like the shakes, and then I was like, oh, like they got the banana and all that. I was like, oh, like these are a lot more filling than natural, like the green juices and the beet juices and stuff like that. I think I'd rather do like little shots of like ginger or wheatgrass or something like that. Says juice. Steroids.
Yeah, we don't do steroids.
No. But the good thing that what I like about your approach to training and coaching is actually that you can have fun. Because from what I saw at when I look at your videos and I see that you're at the CrossFit place and the gym. Y'all be having a blast out there, man. Like the last thing I saw, y'all had the big speakers out there. Y'all was wilding out there. Like y'all was having a good time. Y'all was out there in the rain looking like y'all was about to do like stomp the yard in the rain out there. Like y'all was out there really making it happen. Like y'all do a lot of good things there. So you have fun. Of course you take it seriously. You have a bunch of accountability partners. And the one thing that people can say, about you is when they look at you, like you're in great shape, yes, but you also do eat. Like, I think that's the biggest thing, because a lot of people like when you look at them or you listen to them, it's like, oh, like they don't eat this and they don't have that, and this is like how you get to look like me because I don't eat this, right? And it's just like, well, I don't know if I want to make all them sacrifices. I like my Doritos, I like my burgers, I like the ice cream, so in moderation, of course, right? But you make it very realistic.
Right, yeah.
And I think that's something that should be applauded and celebrated, because not many people do. It's just, oh, here's my my meal plan, and here's what you shouldn't do, and here's how you can get to look like this.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right? And it's just like, man, but that's not realistic, right? And everybody's body type is completely different. And I think the goal isn't always, yes, it's to look good, of course, look good, feel good. but it's also to actually really, truthfully, the number one to me is health.
Right, exactly. That should be
Right.
everybody's number one goal. Yes, you lose the weight. Yes, this, that. That'll always come. But like the number one goal is to, like, my number one goal, God willing, like I can live to be 90 years old still doing what I'm doing. Like that's the goal for me. Like that's what I want to do. So like it's just about finding that balance for yourself and like just being consistent with it.
I'm not gonna lie. If I wasn't in Queens or close to Long Island, I'd be out there in Brooklyn with y'all.
Yes,
But y'all
you
might
should
put
come
there.
visit. You should definitely come visit.
Y'all gonna put me to shame out there on my first day. Y'all gonna make me go back.
It'll be so
Y'all
much
gonna
fun.
make me go back home, and I would be like, man, I ain't going back there. They out here killing me. Everybody in there looks like they in shape. I'm not gonna lie to you. Everybody in there in shape.
Not everybody. Everybody is on their own journey.
All right,
okay?
you're right. You're right. 97% of that look, y'all up in there really killing it. And even the people who may not look like they're in shape.
Yes.
They lifted like 300.
But
they strong.
They still come and kill it. That's right. Yes. So come
That's
on
what
down.
I'm saying.
Yes.
Yeah. Y'all gonna make me embarrass myself and tear something again.
See,
I'm gonna tear something
one
again.
of the boot campers, Marie, she said, "Come through. Yes, let's go."
All right, we're gonna have to get my heart prepared for this. This something different.
Oh my goodness.
So Ebony said, not sure if you guys discussed. No, we didn't touch on this. What is your take on intermittent fasting? That's a big thing too.
So yeah, I
don't know.
So with that, so I actually did that when I was bodybuilding. I had to do intermittent fasting, and it was the 16 8-hour window. So I would fast for 16 hours, and then I had an 8-hour window to eat. Like all my meals. So I mean, like because of, but it also like I think it does work. But it also because like I kind of do that now because I'm not a big breakfast person. So like I would like not eat breakfast and not eat till like maybe noon or whatever, and then have my meals up until maybe like 8 o'clock. But I feel like yes, intermittent fasting does work, especially when I was bodybuilding. But it also comes down to like the food you eat. Like you can't fast and then have like, chips and in moderation, of course, but like you can't, you can't have all that and like expect to like, if your goal is to lose weight. So it has to be the food has to be specific to like what you're trying to do. But yeah, it does. I think it does work. And if I don't like to eat breakfast. I mean, I'm not a big breakfast person. So if you're not a big breakfast person, I would definitely, I would say do that. And then you have like, I would always do the 16 8-hour, or you can start out smaller too if like that's too much. I think there's like a 14, I can't remember, but there's like a smaller window that you have to eat. So it's like not that long of a fast, but there's different ones you can do.
So does it really count? Like, so it's like the 16 and the 8.
Yeah.
So that would mean from what, like 10 o'clock the night before?
Yes.
Until like noon or something like.
Day. Yep. And then so you're fasting that whole entire time. And then at noon the next day, that's when your first meal is. Yes. Yeah.
So but it's really like 8 hours because, well, you're supposed to get 8 hours of sleep, but if you go to bed, like,
I mean,
like you're not really feeling it. But like you're not really feeling it.
Yeah. Like, yeah, because she said 12 to 8 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so she said she doesn't eat breakfast either. So yeah, I would say like if you don't eat breakfast, because I don't either. Sometimes I do fast in the morning or I'd like just have a cup of coffee, but like I don't eat breakfast. So I don't eat till like maybe noon sometimes. But yeah, you want to stay in that like that window in order to like stay consistent with it and like yeah. But I mean, I saw results when I was bodybuilding, so it was quick, but. Yeah, like that next week, I think I lost like maybe 6 pounds, 7 pounds of like
6.
Yeah, just like that quick.
In a week?
Yeah, like quick. But like it was very like strict. So give or take, but yeah, it was very strict at the time. But yeah, but yeah, I mean I don't knock intermittent fasting. I think that it's a good tool, especially if you wanna. Lose weight. I don't think it's going to be like sustainable in the long run, but it's a good tool to have for like if you have like maybe like a I don't know, wedding or something like that, or like a vacation or something. I think that's a good way to like do it. If you want to drop weight. But yeah.
Yeah, I was reading the comments.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know.
it's
So
about
I'm trying to read the comments too.
yeah.
She said
We technically fast when we're sleeping. When we're asleep, right?
Yeah, when we're sleeping. Yeah, when we're sleeping. Yes. She said sleep. Yep, you're right. Yep.
What are some examples of actual meals during an 8-hour window?
So I can't really give you like actual, because again, like, I don't want to tell you, oh, you have to eat this, and this. But it's like, it's really according to your goals. So it's like what foods or meal, or like, yeah, what types of foods do you enjoy? Like, do you like broccoli? Do you like Brussels sprouts? If you don't like any of those things, you're not going to eat them. So if I tell you to eat that, you're not going to eat it. So it's like,
I don't like nothing green.
So it's like you gotta find like what it is like that you enjoy. And then kind of like you can spice it up with like herbs, natural herbs, all that stuff to like make it, not bland and not like, I like to put so much like stuff, so much stuff on my food.
I think she wants to know, what did you eat?
Oh, what did I eat? Oh, specifically. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So I gotta remember now. All right. So like so I always stuck with like a protein, carb, and a fat. So I always had like either like fish, chicken, or like I mean, then I couldn't really have like beef or anything like that, but I always stuck with like fish or chicken. And then I always had like either like sweet potatoes or like some complex carb. And then I had like a fat, like I would maybe have like an avocado or I'm trying to think of what else I had. Yeah, or like some fat or whatever. And then like that's how kind of I would like separate my meals. And I would eat about 5 to 6 meals in that 8-hour window. But I always stuck with like, yes, a protein, carb, and a fat.
6.
Yes, 6 meals. It was crazy. But yeah, I would suggest to stick with like a protein, carb, fat. And then I was following macros at the time. So yeah, I had to like calorie count and kind of divvy up my macros throughout the day. So I had to hit like my macro goals each day. But that's when like I was like literally in the thick of like bodybuilding. So I would say yes. Pick like complex carbs, like sweet potatoes. You can do like red potatoes. Like they're all good. 6 meals. I know.
I don't know. I said,
Right?
I'm saying like in an 8-hour window.
It was a lot. Yes, I was.
No,
like,
but were the portions like small?
I was eating like every like hour and like 30 minutes. Like I had to eat. Like I had to time it. It was, oh my god, it was a lot. Yeah, it was. But this is like the whole life of bodybuilding. So like I had to eat like at specific times, and like I had to be done eating at a certain time every night. Yeah, so that was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. So I would just say to do that, like stick with a protein, carb, and a fat throughout every meal. So pick like chicken for one meal, pick your vegetables. I always say go heavy on the vegetables. And then pick a fat like avocado. Yeah, I know.
I mean, avocado might be the only green I like.
Oh, hold on,
except for money.
Wait. Oh my goodness!
I'm just gonna be honest. But I will eat them. I buy like salad, from the supermarket, and
Yes.
it is what it is. It's not my
to eat your vegetables, okay? Popeye spinach makes you strong, right? So that's
I get the spinach from the store, and I eat it with the salad, this bland salad, and it's not fun, but I end up trying to dress it up with a bunch of dressing, which is not good either.
Be careful on that dressing too. Yes.
Yeah, no, but you know what though? They have like these salad dressings that's like light, Caesar light, everything light.
Yeah.
I'm like, why? But it's like diet soda. Like I don't drink diet soda. Like that's that.
Exactly. Yeah.
It got other things in it that makes it diet. That's not good for you either.
No, it's not. Nope.
So, like, I might as well keep it.
But that's how they trick you. That's how the food industry tricks you, because they say, oh, this is light, oh, this is fat free. But in reality, like, they probably put lots of sugar in it. They probably put all this other stuff in it. So it's like, yeah, you got to really read the labels.
And so I might as well just take what I know tastes good and it's fattening. I might as well just do that.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So you better off using oil vinegar. Exactly. Yep. Because everything else is just high in fat or like loaded with other crap like that you don't need. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That just kind of killed my buzz. I'm not gonna lie to you. So the intermittent fasting. So my thing is, if you don't eat breakfast, then you can start at like noon. And have, I guess, eat all the meals you can from 12 to 7. Or whatever the case is,
whatever that.
Because technically, you're really not supposed to eat after 7.
I mean, that's what they say. That's what they say, but
because you tend to eat and go to sleep.
Right. But again,
if you're not like me,
that's also like the quality of food of like what you eat. Because most people like always eat crap maybe at the end of the night, or like have like something, you know what I mean? So it's like, I feel like it's more so the quality of food that you eat after a certain time. So yeah. Oh, did I hit a chord?
We've hit several chords tonight. Okay. And I understand I have to do better. Trying not to eat after 7, but then I'm a night owl, so I'm up to like 2 a.m. doing stuff or doing work or just doing this and that. And so, by midnight, you know what midnight is.
Yeah. Okay.
It's so midnight snack time.
Let me ask you this then: how many hours of sleep do you get?
Me? On a good day,
on the regular,
4 or 5, maybe 4 or 5.
So that also is going to determine like your weight loss or
how?
Because sleep, like, people underestimate sleep, man. People underestimate, like, this is the time that your body needs to recover from like your day. So
the
like,
workouts,
this is
right?
so you need 7-8 hours of sleep, and that's what I coach my clients on. Like, if they're not getting enough sleep, then we need to figure out like what is the trigger, or like why they're not getting enough sleep, because that's gonna deter, like, if you're trying to lose weight, that's gonna mess up the whole thing if you're not getting enough sleep, because your body needs that time to recover. And like, people really underestimate sleep, man. I was talking about this with another person the other day, and I was like, yo, people just underestimate it. And it's like, if you're not getting that 7 to 8 hours of sleep, like, you're at some point you're gonna hit a wall, like with your goals and like with your weight loss goals or whatever the case may be. You're gonna hit a wall, and then it's just like, and you're gonna think, oh, maybe I'm not doing something right, maybe I'm not eating this, or your meals could be on point, whatever. But if you're not getting enough sleep, you can forget it. It's like it's everything coming together. Like, yes, it's nutrition, it's the fitness, it's sleep, it's stress. Like, if you're stressed out, that can deter your goals as well. Like, that can affect your weight loss or whatever your goals are. So like, yeah. So I always try to figure out like what, because there's other factors that go into weight loss, and especially because I say weight loss because I feel like everyone is trying to lose weight right now from the pandemic.
Yeah. Of course.
That's like, there's other factors. Yes, it's nutrition. Yes, it's fitness, but it's also, you need to sleep. Like, that's just as simple as I can put it. Like, that your body needs to recover from the day and needs to be able to shut down. Like, that is when your body is like restoring everything and like working. And if you're not getting that sleep, like, you can forget about it. Like, it doesn't even matter. Like, that goes out the window. Like, fitness goals, your nutrition, like, that all goes out the window. So I always coach my clients, like, you have to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Like,
see, now this is the problem I have with 7 to 8 hours of sleep. It's not, and it's not an excuse. What I'm like, so I go to work, come home, right? And for me now, I'm working on my own business too.
Yeah.
So like, I'm out working on those things. I'm up writing. I'm doing just a lot of different things. Yeah. And I also, And I've been like that since like I've been in my like 20s. Like I've always done my best work normally at night. Like while everybody's sleeping,
Yeah.
I'm up writing. I'm doing this. I'm working. Like I'm zoned in. You know, and it's like, yeah, you work. Then by the time you get home, you might have a little something to eat, unwind a smidge.
Right.
Now I'm back. I'm doing my own stuff. Now I'm working on my own 8 hours for me, right? So by the time I go to sleep, sometimes it's like 2, 3, 4, or 2 or 3 o'clock. It could be 4 sometimes, and then I got to get up at 6 o'clock for work.
Mm-hmm.
Hence why me getting up to work out. It's like I'm going to bed at 2
because you just went to bed at 2.
I'm not getting up at 5. but this is the best, and I think this is the problem I have with that whole circle, because I end up working so much on just my stuff that like it's like, all right, well, when am I gonna have time? If I'm going to bed at 1 or 2 o'clock,
right?
How the hell am I getting up at 5?
Right. Yes. I
don't know.
Right. Yeah. But you just I mean, like for that, especially because like if you have, so I guess you have a full-time job and then you do your own stuff on the side or whatever.
Yeah. I'm building. I have my own business, and I'm working on that. I'm doing a bunch of different things and different projects I'm working on. So that's what I'm doing. Right. It's crazy.
Yeah. I get that. Yeah, man. That's tough because like,
that's a tough
I mean, like most people, like they like have, or they know when to like shut it down, and some people just don't know when. But like, and I know
you're right about that.
I know a lot of people that are the same way. Like they just don't know when to. They don't know when to shut down or like when to. But like again, it's all about balance. You gotta find that balance and like just
that part is true.
Find the time to like really focus on sleep, because literally sleep is going to be key in like those weight loss goals, like fitness goals, your and especially long-term health. Like that's going to affect you down the line, like affect a lot of people down the line if you're not getting those 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Like it's I think I read an article, I gotta find it, but I think that they found that people that don't sleep enough, it leads to dementia and later in life. So it's like it's gonna have an effect on you in the future if like you don't get that rest. So just letting you know.
Well, damn it! All right, damn it! All right, fine. I mean, I think because I said to myself, I can definitely start fitting in this workout plan and fitness. And now I'm like, damn, now I'm trying to figure out when am I gonna fit? I'm adding more stuff into the day. So now I'm like, all right, well then the sleep gotta just, it is what it is. So now I gotta figure out, as far as getting to sleep earlier.
Yes, get that full.
Jesus.
Yes, at least like that. The least you should be getting like 6.5 hours, but like it should be 7 to 8. 7 to 8 is like the sweet spot.
Well, 6.5 would be a improvement.
Exactly, instead of like 3 hours.
So we might can double.
Small changes, so small little steps. All right, to build up to it. Yes.
Okay. I think somebody. I think Vince. He asked for a free.
May I get a free workout? Oh yeah, you can come. We have free free trial classes if you want to come check it out. Yeah, we have free. Yep. Yeah, you can. We have free trial classes if you want to do that. And he says I haven't slept since 1994. Oh boy.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, a lot of people in New York.
That's what I said.
That's how we do it.
In New York City, yes.
That's it. Like we're not from other areas. They get to sleep a little bit more.
New Yorkers don't know how to sleep, yo. They do not.
We don't.
Y'all don't be sleeping. No, none of y'all. Yes. Hold on. Somebody else said something. I get 6 hours, and my Apple Watch says only 1 hour of deep sleep. I struggle with my weight. What can I use or take to help me to sleep more? So I just actually I can't remember what it's no, I can't remember what's called, but so there's an herb that can help with like deep sleep, and it's like all natural. I gotta find the name of it.
Did they just make this thing legal?
It's not weed. It's not nothing like that.
I was like, well, what are we talking about right now?
As soon as I say
Ashley?
herb, people think, is it legal? I'm like, oh my God. Oh goodness. I can't think of the name right now. It's been a long day, so I can't really think of it right now. But what is it? Gemily? I can send it to you, Terrence, and then if you have her contact or whatever, I can tell her it. I just can't think of it now, but it helps you like sleep and like stay asleep. So that you're able to get like a good quality sleep too, because it's also about that too, getting a good quality sleep. Because I have a Fitbit and it tells me like how long I've slept, and what stages I've slept in, and for how long each of those stages were. So yes, but yeah, I have a few like recommendations to help with that, but I just can't think of it off my top of my head.
And that quality of sleep thing?
Yes.
So the crazy thing about that is I realized that when you gain a certain, or just like when you gain just like abnormal weight or more weight than you're used to.
Yeah.
I've realized like sometimes you might start to snore. Like I was never like a snorer, right? Like, and one day I scared the hell out of myself. Like I snored and I don't always snore. And I woke up and I was like, who the hell is that? I said, who the hell? Who the hell? Like, and I was like, I was like, did I just wake myself up from my own sleep? And I was like, oh, my life got to change. I said, my life got to change.
Yes.
My life got to change.
Yep.
And I understand that my life has to change. It has to go back. I won't say go back. It just has to just get better at this stage of point in my life.
So
really.
like literally, like I said before, like small changes each day. Don't go all crazy and like start implementing all this stuff all at once, okay?
Because I'm extreme like that.
I feel like that's where people like mess up. Is like they just start implementing all this stuff all at once, and it's like too quick, too soon, and it's just like then they lose it all. Like they lose like the motivation, they lose everything. They're like, oh my God, this is too much, this is overwhelming. So those small like little changes each day like is going to build up to like bigger things. So I would just tell you to like start small, try to get at least 6.5 hours of sleep, then like build from that, or like 5 hours at least, and then kind of build from that. So like just small little goals, okay, to get you to where you want to go.
That sleep one for me, I know I can start the workouts. I know I can do all that stuff. I know that, start and build is the sleep. That's going to be the most challenging. I think that's the one that's going to really have me in a fight is the sleep thing. She said,
is it valerian root?
Valerian
root.
If
it's that one. That's not
valerian. That sounds like, I don't know. That sounds interesting to me.
I think it's another one. It's another one. But yeah, I'll get the name of it. I don't think it's that one though. I'll get the name of it.
That sounds tropical. It sounds like something from like the ancient Greek gods. Like I feel like I went in my backyard.
That sounds interesting. Yeah.
Start sparkling and talking to me.
Yes. But yeah, I'll get the name of that. I can't remember what it is right now, but I don't think it's that one. Yes. Yeah. So yeah, sleep is key. Sleep is key.
Oh, fine. All right, cool. All right, look. On a serious note, this has been very informative. I really do appreciate you coming on and talking about this fitness game. It's definitely needed, and not just for myself, but I'm sure a lot of people out here are struggling with the same things. And people, please book Ashley. As you can see, she is amazing. She has a wonderful personality. If you work out with her, I'm sure it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting, and you're going to hit your goals in a realistic way and in a fun way.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So please follow her Instagram handle at Chapmans_Angel88. And please book her. You know what I'm saying? We got to support our people. Support you always. Thank you for doing this. I appreciate you.
Oh, you're welcome.
I look forward to doing this again too.
Yes. Oh, Marie said she lost 25 pounds. Yes, she did. Doing boot camp.
She done lost the 25. She must be sleeping for 8 hours a day. She must be sleeping for 8 hours a day.
I gotta shout her out because she did two a day today. She did boot camp this morning and boot camp this evening. She's amazing.
Ooh.
Yeah.
This is what I'm trying to say. Y'all about to put me to shame. Yeah, and you're gonna put me in the wheelchair. I ain't messing with y'all out there. Listen, yo, y'all, listen, be safe, be good.
Yes,
Thank
too.
you again.
You're welcome.
I appreciate you.
All
and
right.
congratulations on everything you're doing.
Thank you. Thank you so much for
All
having
right.
me. All right. Bye.
All right, cool. Take care. Peace.
Bye.